Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is E, and in today's video I'm going to be wrapping up my OTP shipping series with the ship that carried me through probably my freshman year of high school through my freshman year of college, and that is Sam and Freddie from iCarly. We called them Seddie. This ship was so important to me, and it's dumb to say, but I felt like it gave me something to root for all through high school. I was a part of fan forums devoted to Sam and Freddie's relationship. We loved speculating as to whether or not they would get together in this episode or what kind of flirting they would do in this episode. Honestly, to me, Sam and Freddie had such good on-screen chemistry, way better than Freddie and Carly. The other thing is with the whole Freddie-Carly thing, she rejected him to his face for years. He had a known crush on her from the beginning of the show, and she was never really interested. So I didn't really want to see them get together because I don't know. I just don't like that type of ship where you've got this unrequited love for such a long time. I prefer the kind of enemies to friends type of relationship anyway. I think it's a lot more interesting. I think you could argue that Sam and Freddie's relationship, both as friends and when they dated, was unhealthy, but whatever. It's a kid's show. I thought it was cute. The thing is, with iCarly, I feel like the show kind of got off the rails towards the final seasons. I think part of the issue was that by that point in time, Freddie had already dated both Sam and Carly, and neither one really worked out. And so for me, it was like nobody who was a fan of the show and was a fan of either of those ships really had anything left to root for. Now, I do think that those of us who shipped Sam and Freddie had a little bit more reason to be hopeful even after they broke up, because when they broke up, they told each other that they loved each other, and we never really got that from Carly and Freddie. It really seemed to indicate that they would get back together again someday, but they didn't. And the finale episode was just a train wreck. I think that the decision to make the Sam and Cat spinoff with Jeanette McCurdy and Ariana Grande was the worst decision ever. For one thing, I think that Victorious got cut off a little bit too soon. Now, I didn't really like Victorious that much, but I think it probably could have gone for another season and still had, been a decent show. And iCarly was definitely at the end of its life. iCarly should have ended, but it should have just ended. I think that the fact that they wanted to do a spinoff with Sam meant that we couldn't get a satisfying ending for her and Freddie, because if she's going to continue on to the next series, and Freddie's not going to join the cast of that show, then they can't get together, obviously, in the last episode. So I feel like the fact that they were making a Sam and Cat spinoff was the reason that Sam and Freddie wasn't endgame. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they wouldn't have done it either way, but I just feel that kind of bitterness towards Sam and Cat. And the thing is, I never watched Sam and Cat really, but from the few episodes I did see, it wasn't a good show. It was dumb. And Ariana Grande, no offense to Nickelodeon or anything, was way too talented and getting way too popular at that point in time to continue being on a stupid kids show. So Sam and Cat was a disaster. It ruined the finale of iCarly and basically made it so Victorious never got a satisfying ending. And really, the show didn't make that much sense. The ending of iCarly didn't make a ton of sense. The end of Victorious and the end of iCarly didn't make any sense. Victorious just ended abruptly, and then iCarly, we have the situation where Carly's going to go to Italy to live with her dad after he's not been involved in her life for the last 6 years. I mean, and I'm not saying that she had a bad dad. He was in the military, so it just kind of, goes with the territory, I guess. But it's within the timeline of this show, you would think that Carly and her friends would be like in their senior year of high school and like in the middle of their senior year of high school. So it really does not make any sense whatsoever for Carly to transfer high schools partway through the last year of her education, and make a lot more sense for her to take a gap year in Italy with her dad. I mean, there's no reason that she couldn't have waited another 3 or 4 months to move. She could have tried to go to college abroad. There's so many ways that she could have spent time with her dad without randomly leaving high school in the middle of the last year. And then apparently Sam's going to continue doing high school online. Again, doesn't make any sense to transfer in the middle of your final year of high school. And then it leaves you with this depressing scene with Spencer all alone on his couch. And like, that was lame. And then like, what's going on with Freddie? Nobody knows. It was a really terrible finale. And I think that they were trying to please everybody. But of course, in the process, whenever you try to please everybody, you wind up pleasing nobody. So, Sam and Freddie have a scene where they hint that they want to get back together with each other, but then they just drop the conversation and pretend it doesn't happen. So that was dumb. And that was just kind of to throw us a bone. And then in the last scene with Carly and Freddie, she kisses him on the mouth, which doesn't make any sense. She's about to move to Italy. Is she doing it just to be nice because she thinks he wants it? I don't know. It didn't make any sense. So basically, I think that part of the reason why all of the other shows that I've made these shipping series about, I still consider myself a fan and still sometimes go back and watch those shows, is because they didn't have crappy finales. Even in the case of Zutara, that didn't wind up together, like, it was still a good show with a satisfying ending, so I'll go back and rewatch it. But iCarly's ending was so crappy that it makes me not want to watch it. And I kind of have the same thing with How I Met Your Mother. I could make a whole nother video about how that finale was terrible, but there's plenty of videos like that on YouTube already because everybody is in agreement that that show's finale was stupid, and had the same kind of problem where it's like, by all accounts, it makes much more sense with the writing for Barney and Robin to be together at the end of the show. But they ended up putting Ted and Robin together. And it's like, why? Doesn't make any sense with the way that the show's progressed over the last, 7 seasons? The whole final season of the show devoted to Ted getting over Robin and taking place at Robin and Barney's wedding just for the finale to undo all of what the last season was about in like 30 minutes. Stupid. And even though I really liked How I Met Your Mother and was a faithful watcher of that show, I have not gone back and rewatched it at all because the finale left such a bitter taste in my mouth. So with all that ranting and raving out of the way about terrible finales ruining the whole scope of a show, for this piece, I decided to do like a caricature, like maybe Sam and Freddie went to a fair together and got a caricature done. I decided this time to do something a little bit more realistic since I was drawing live action people, like real people. So I did something a little bit more realistic, but still cartoony, because I'm not huge into realism. So I did this caricature. I did Sam's hair shading in real time because I love drawing blonde-haired people. I just think their hair is so pretty and satisfying to draw. Even though I'm not really attracted to blondes in real life, but I like drawing them. And of course I exaggerated some of their features. They look kind of ugly here, but that's the nature of a caricature in real life. I think that Jeanette McCurdy and Nathan Kress, who are the actors who portrayed these people, are both very cute. And that's part of why they look so good on TV together. And I wish that they had worked out. Let me know in the comments down below if you have a similar experience with a TV show where the finale just ruined it for you, or if I'm crazy and should get over it and rewatch iCarly and How I Met Your Mother. But with that said, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you had a good Valentine's Day. I hope that all of your ships come true, and have a great day. Bye-bye.